Frédéric P is a French entrepreneur that has been traveling all around the world with a backpack and sometimes a motorbike. And I invited Frédéric to tell his story here. And then another French entrepreneur, and then Stephen Brooks. Frédéric, welcome.
Thank you, Loic. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Let me tell you briefly the story of a man who was resurrected during his lifetime, not after his death. This man was an entrepreneur, what we call a serial entrepreneur. He's 58 years old, and he created and developed 6 startups, companies, generate hundreds of jobs in his life. He sold most of the companies, sometimes millions of dollars, sometimes €1 when times were tough. As you have guessed, this man is me. And I had a very fabulous life. I was living in Paris quite all my life. And I did what I want. I decided what I want in life, and I did it. I had no problem of health, no problem of money. I had a very exciting life, a nice apartment in Paris. I was going in good restaurant. I have very good friends, nice love stories. But one day, 2 events came in my life to show me or make me realize that my life didn't have to do something with financial success, social status, having the banker every week on the phone. Oh yes, it could be useful. Yeah, okay. And that there was something more interesting in life. The first event came 6-7 months before I knew that I was going to make a major change in my life. I came back late at my apartment after a day of entrepreneur, meaning a day of solving problems and trying to find the good solution. And I suddenly look at my apartment, and a funny question came to my mind, coming from nowhere. What if there is a fire right now in the apartment? I have only 3 minutes to escape and to save my life. What do I take? What do I save? What is important for me in this apartment? And I took my time to respond. I walk around my apartment and watch everything I own. My collection of pictures, my paintings, the object. I opened the furniture. I didn't remember what there are in the furniture. And after 20 minutes, the response was nothing. I just ran away. So I asked, why do you spend so much money, very expensive apartment every month, to store so many things that I don't care? And mainly, the worst thing is that maybe in 4 or 5 years, I will move to a bigger apartment to buy new furniture and to put more things that I don't care. And suddenly, it seems very stupid and very absurd for me. The second event is the following. I'm in love with poetry. I write poetry. I read a lot of poems. And I was 6 months before selling my company. I was reading the autobiography of Pablo Neruda. And the name is totally incredible. Is I Confess That I Lived. Very simple, but very strong. And one day, I was drinking my coffee at 6 a.m. in the morning, and I just look at the title and say, Confieso que he vivido. Confess that I lived. What does it mean? What is the philosophical scope of this title? Do I live? I lived enough? Maybe, maybe not. Everybody in the room have his own definition about what does mean to live. A rich life, intense life, a long life, a life of wisdom. So I ask myself, I say, what if the death is knocking at my door or ringing the bell? and say, Fred, I'm just coming to give you the death of kiss, and now we are going. It's finished. Like everybody, I would invent many reasons to stay more on this planet, because I have so many things to do and to live. So this day, I took the best decision of my life in 52 years. I decided to get rid of everything I own, everything which was not important for me, and to dedicate the next 20 years of my life to live, to really, really live, to be a professional of life. So I decided to travel. I sold everything I own, 90% of my clothes. I just traveling with 14 kilos, 5 t-shirts, obviously a shirt when I am in the city, two trousers, 2 pair of shoes, and it's enough. I make a party with my friend and I say, take everything, all the furniture, and I offer the rest to some association. And I start to put my ass in a plane on the 6th November 2018 to the other side of the world. It was a very good decision. I just make a mistake. Why I didn't start before? And so I did 45,000 kilometers alone on my motorbike. I'm just coming. I was in South America yesterday, so I'm a little bit. I did with a motorbike. I did also 27,000 kilometers for one year with my Land Rover, sleeping most of the time on the roof of the Land Rover. And I forget what I want to say. The result of this is 2 books. I became a professional globetrotter and a travel writer. I published 2 books. The first one, the title is Libre, which means free. And the second one, which talks about my experience in Africa of 1 year, is Vivant, alive. And you can follow me also on my travel blog. There are thousands of pictures to inspire you for your next travel or holidays, and hundreds of original chronicles. What did I learn? But this is more or less the trip, and it's not finished. What did I learn? 4 things among so many. Before leaving, and at the beginning of my trip, I tried to resume life, the existence, to 4 verbs, which are very classical. All the rest of the verbs are inside those verbs. It's to be, to have, to do, and to appear. And every day, with my experience, with my travel, I'm like a gypsy, I try to abandon 2 verbs, which are to have and to appear. It's difficult because in TikTok, Facebook, Instagram time, it's difficult. And now I abandon the word to have, because I'm just owning who I am, and it's enough. And to do is a verb of action. It's not the verb of appearance. And today, I am what I live and not what I show. The second lesson I came from maybe a few months after leaving my ancient life. I met a Colombian guy who was traveling also on his motorbike alone. We were talking about minimalism. We were talking about not owning anything, travel and live very light. And he said to me, well, you're going to live and travel with the 3C. I say, what is the 3C? And in Spanish, he told me, vas a vivir y viajar con tu cabeza, tu corazón y tus cojones. Your head, your heart, and your balls. And frankly, after 5 years of gypsy on the road of the world, I don't think we need something else than our intelligence, our smile, our goodness, and our courage to change the world. And that's really enough. Third stuff is that my name is the name of 12 Pope, Pi. Pi first, Pi 12. And I didn't really believe in religion, but I met quite every day God. I don't speak about the God of Catholics and Jews and Muslims. I'm talking about a power, an intelligence, unknown, invisible, but very present. And I don't have time to talk about all the proof of this intelligence on my life. I have received many signs that I am really, really protected. But Albert Einstein told us, and it's a scientist, chance is the disguise that God takes to travel incognito. And I saw God quite every day, I said, in two manifestations, very concrete. In the breathtaking beauty of our planet, in every country, there is incredible beauty, and the genius of life. After hours, days, and months of observation of insects, plants, trees, except human. The last thing is we have to live with the planet, for the planet, not against the planet. Everywhere I travel and live, I've seen the evidence of a suffering nature. And I've seen also the humanity, which is committing collective suicide. Everywhere I've seen the mankind totally lost in excess of entertainment, in idleness, in stupidity, in lack of a kind of denial of the reality. We don't want to see the world like it is, and it is burning. In South Africa, I discovered the Ubuntu concept. Nelson Mandela was a strong and brilliant ambassador of the Ubuntu. Ubuntu mean I am because we are. It is the opposite of the individualism or the selfishness. It is I exist because others have gone before me, and I am a little part of the human community. And frankly, I really believe that there are two ways to change the planet, and I learned from them. It's to wake up, to see the reality, to see the danger and the craziness that we have built for 100 or 200 years. And I have to change, to realize, to be more conscious. And I can't do anything alone. So we have to learn to work together, to accept the difference, and to be open-minded for that. And there is a good concept I love, and I talk a lot in my last book, is living well. Not living better, not living with more money, living well. Being in harmony with the others and with the nature. And in every native peoples in South America, they have a term to explain living well. And the Guarani say, for example, tekopora. Tekopora means living well collectively together, in harmony with the others and with the nature. Teko means the way of being. Pora means, it's interesting, two things, beauty and goodness. And now what? Now what? I'm a little bit like the little bird called hummingbird. which make back and forth to the river to take some drop of water, because he want to fight and to stop the fire of the forest or the fire of burning home. And all the animals are escaping, saying, "Ah, it's dangerous. You can't do anything with so little drop of water. You can't fight the..." And I know, but I say, together maybe we can do. I know, maybe I can't do anything, but I do my part. And I decided to unleash the entrepreneur in me, to stay in Latin America, and to maybe restart or start the most ambitious and most incredible project of my life. This project is brand new, and I am happy to announce it in Paris, in Paua conference. That's my gift to Loïc. And this project is to build the most active and maybe the biggest investment and philanthropic fund to help regenerative agriculture in all the territory of South America, continental scale. It will be built not only for invest money, but also to have a laboratory to screen and aggregate all the solution practical, which could be very ancient, but also the green tech, low tech, fast tech, but the green tech, to implement it in South America. It will be mainly a few hundred hectares of a farm, a pilot farm, to make life-size experimentation of those stuff, like a showroom, but in the nature. If you want to understand the power of regenerative agriculture, you should see Kiss the Ground on Netflix, which is a documentary which is totally incredible, and you see the end and you are applauding what we can do. And also a training institute to spread all this knowledge and practices in all the countries in South America. So, thank you for everything. And you have met now the man, the freest man, the lightest man, and mainly the happiest man in the planet. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Frédéric.